Hi, welcome to another series, and this series concentrates on behavioral human psychology. Learn more about behavioral theories and how psychology explores the workings of the human mind. This section will guide you through how we interpret human behavior, reactions, actions, emotions, and attitudes in everyday life. Every day, you encounter different people in different situations, at home, at work, in public, or during meetings. Your ability to live well and succeed is closely tied to how effectively you connect with the people around you. Developing a positive approach to communication, whether in business, romance, or simple day-to-day interaction, is essential. Understanding people can be challenging. Humans are complex, unpredictable, and sometimes dishonest. Many hide their intentions behind well-crafted masks. Seeing through those masks requires awareness, skill, and a fundamental understanding of human behavior. Modern technology has reshaped the way we communicate. Social media, while useful, has reduced the amount of face-to-face interaction many people rely on to accurately read others. Without tone, body language, or genuine presence, it's far easier to misinterpret intentions. Mastering the art of analyzing people can change your life. It allows you to recognize sincerity, deception, and emotional truth. Whether the relationship is business, casual, or romantic, this skill helps you determine who is worth investing your time and energy into. Many people want to improve their communication skills and learn to read others more effectively. As you'll discover in this manual, we are all born with the ability to read human behavior, yet it requires sharpening to truly understand what lies beneath someone's surface. Throughout this guide, you'll explore techniques used across careers and industries to improve interpersonal success. Some deal with difficult colleagues or demanding bosses daily. Learning to analyze people provides strategies to cope with such situations. You'll not only uncover practical steps for improving relationships, but also refine the skills needed to maintain them. You'll learn how to interpret eye movements, decode body language, detect dishonesty, and understand yourself more deeply in order to understand others. This knowledge empowers you to perceive honesty, authenticity, and concealed motives through subtle cues. Improved rapport-building skills can dramatically enhance your success, whether meeting someone new at work or chatting with a stranger at a bar. The tools here can help transform a simple encounter into a meaningful connection. You'll learn the two key ingredients required to build lasting rapport, earn trust, and create genuine bonds. Title: Understanding Behavioral Psychology. Research into the social brain examines how our minds and behaviors interact. You've likely heard discussions about brain patterns linked to specific behavioral traits. Many psychological researchers study why we act as we do in different situations, aiming to understand brain function and predict behavioral variations. The end goal is to form healthier habits and stronger relationships that support a fulfilling life. In the 1950s, Dr. Maxwell Maltz, a plastic surgeon, observed how long it took his patients to adjust after undergoing procedures. He noticed that people required a certain amount of time to mentally adapt to change. His observations led to broader studies and societal discussions about behavioral adjustment. Yet many people misinterpreted his findings as absolute scientific law. The truth is, Maltz simply shared what he observed, not an unchangeable rule. He also emphasized that his observations represented the minimum time needed for adaptation, not the maximum. On average, it takes around 2 months to form a new habit. However, this varies depending on personal behavior, mindset, and circumstance. Some individuals adapt to new habits in as little as 2 months. Others may require up to 8 months. Creating lasting habits depends entirely on consistency and genuine intention. Title: What makes a new habit stick? There are 5 primary triggers that help solidify a new habit. Understanding each trigger enables you to choose the most suitable approach for the habit you want to build. Title: Location. If you've ever walked into your kitchen and automatically grabbed a biscuit simply because it was there, you've experienced the power of environmental influence. Our preferences and tendencies are often shaped by our surroundings. Studies comparing water consumption to soda intake show how environmental cues push us towards healthier or unhealthier choices. Habits aren't only reactions to our environments, they're also assigned to them. Our homes, workplaces, and familiar spaces carry behavioral patterns tied to them. If you want to build a new habit in a familiar space, you must replace the cues that already exist. It's like clearing a mental slate to make room for new behavioral routines. Title: Time. Time is one of the most common habit triggers. Your morning routine is a perfect example. Waking up, showering, brushing your teeth, getting dressed, preparing coffee. Each step is triggered by the previous one. Time-based habits also appear unconsciously throughout the day. Perhaps you always seek a snack in the afternoon or take a smoke break mid-morning. These patterns often reflect emotional responses. If the behavior is unhealthy, look at what you feel during those times. Are you bored, exhausted, seeking social connection? Understanding the emotional cause makes it easier to replace the negative habit with something more beneficial. Title: Other people. People in your life influence your habits more than you might expect. Surrounding yourself with individuals who embody the habits you desire is one of the most effective ways to change your own behavior. Title: Preceding event. Many habits are triggered by events. Your phone buzzes, you check it. A notification appears, you click it. These behavioral responses happen automatically. This pattern can be used positively. Once you understand habit stacking, you can attach new habits to existing triggers. 1240. Emotional state. Our emotional states often trigger undesirable habits. Feeling low might lead to overeating. Feeling exhausted might push you towards mindless online shopping or distractions. Emotions can be powerful triggers, but they're difficult to control because they require self-awareness in the moment. You need to be able to observe your emotions without acting impulsively, which is a skill that takes practice. Emotions shape the way we express ourselves in this physical world. While other dimensions may express emotions differently, in our reality, emotions are foundational to how we communicate and create meaning. Emotions arise from internal communication, a message from your deeper self to your conscious mind. How you behave reflects how you respond to these inner messages. When a negative emotional signal, like anger, sadness, guilt, or anxiety appears, it prompts you to pause and examine your actions. These emotions highlight what you are creating in your life and how those choices influence your goals. Positive emotions, on the other hand, indicate alignment between your desires and your actions. They signal that you're on the right path. Anger, for instance, pushes you towards a hostile response because your emotional energy is consumed by the signal rather than the message behind it. The emotion dictates the reaction, while the original communication becomes overshadowed. Emotions, whether positive or negative, consume energy. If not managed, they can exhaust the body. When emotional energy becomes overwhelming, the body naturally suppresses the intensity to prevent burnout. This explains why powerful emotional states cannot be sustained indefinitely. Refocusing your thoughts can help redirect emotional energy and restore balance. Techniques such as tapping may assist in calming the body, but the key is addressing the message behind the emotion. Positive emotions like joy indicate alignment with your deeper purpose. You're allowing energy to flow freely without fear or resistance. Negative emotions suggest misalignment. Anxiety signals that you are off your intended path, and require introspection to understand what's troubling you. Anger often arises from a belief that your choices are limited. It may begin as frustration, a sign that your freedom of action is shrinking. As emotional energy increases, options appear restricted until anger takes over, and only one response seems possible. However, options always exist. Anger highlights that certain beliefs are influencing your thinking and confining your choices. Address anger by examining the belief behind it. Once the emotion settles, ask yourself, what belief is driving my reaction, and is it truly valid? Becoming aware of the belief begins the healing process. Few things are absolute truths. Most truths are simply core beliefs that have been fed emotional energy over time. Since beliefs can be changed, emotional reactions can also be reshaped. Fear and love are foundational psychological states. They sit on opposite ends of a spectrum. Your thoughts and beliefs determine where you fall on that spectrum at any moment. Fear ranges from instinctive self-preservation to debilitating self-doubt. It is often linked to a lack of trust in your ability to consciously shape your reality. Ask yourself, what about this situation makes me doubt my ability to respond with clarity? Recognizing this opens the door to change. Emotions carry messages from your inner self, helping you interpret your experiences. Negative emotional reactions contain valuable insight, even when they feel overwhelming. Most people believe they lack control over their emotions. Yet emotions are not independent of the self. They're shaped by beliefs and thoughts. Feelings and emotions serve different purposes. A feeling alerts the mind to subconscious knowledge, while an emotion arises from a belief we treat as truth. An emotional signal warns that energy is building behind a belief that could soon drive your actions automatically. Understanding this allows you to regain control. Suppose you feel anger building. The emotional signal warns that your conscious control is slipping. If unused energy accumulates, it strengthens the belief behind the emotion, making future reactions more intense. Addressing the belief behind the emotion breaks the cycle and restores emotional freedom. Recognizing the message behind an emotion allows you to act with intention rather than reaction. Emotional awareness leads to better choices, healthier interactions, and greater personal growth. Acceptance, a feeling aligned with the natural power of love, helping to dissolve judgment. Aggression, a combination of anger and anticipation, representing a surge of energy connected to creative impulse. Anger, an emotional response signaling that your choices feel restricted. Anticipation, an emotion preceded by excitement or nervousness, driving focus towards future events. Anxiety, a signal of doubt, often escalating into fear and obscuring available choices. Appreciation, a feeling that inspires genuine love for oneself and others. Compassion, a feeling born from empathy and inner understanding. Contentment, a state generating feelings of calm and happiness. Depression, escalating from hopelessness to emotional paralysis when creative ability feels lost. Desire, a feeling representing your inner self's intention to express and create. Disgust, a signal indicating that something conflicts with your beliefs or values. Disappointment, a response to unmet desires or expectations, signaling a disconnect between intention and outcome. Doubt, a feeling reflecting lack of trust in oneself. Envy, a feeling rooted in doubting your ability to create something you desire. Excitement, a powerful feeling guiding you towards experiences aligned with your purpose. Expectation, a strong combination of emotional energies built around anticipation and desire. See you in part 2.